est à Poissy. Hein.
T'inquiète, j'ai trouvé.
So today is a bit of a funny video, and it sounds like so lame to be like, okay, how to make friends in Paris or in France, but it's actually it's a real thing. And I got inspiration by this American YouTuber, The Purple Palace, because she's an American expat living in France, in Paris. So she was talking about it, and then I was like, I could answer her questions. So I'm gonna be doing my nails at the same time. I'm currently living in London. I'm not in Paris right now. But I arrived in Paris 4 years ago, and I wasn't from Paris. I am half French, half English. Grew up in France, but not in Paris, like in the real countryside. So actually, to be fair, it was quite a change for me too. Straight to the point, how to make friends in Paris, in France. Because like in the French culture, you're probably thinking, why is it hard to make friends in Paris or in France? I'm gonna just talk about Paris, and it's a bit the same around France, but it's different in the south because it's warmer, people are happier, it actually is. And right up north, because people are quite nice also. It's just like in the middle, we're real. Oh yeah, so basically in the French culture, friendships work differently. I mean, they work differently in every culture. Some more similarly than others. Is we don't make friends very quickly or easily. That's why I'm actually making this video. And the reason behind this is that we don't let everybody come in our close circle, but the people we do let in become family, and we're very, very loyal friends. We stay friends forever. It's not a thing to just make a friend for a few months, hang out, and then forget about each other. No, we go through thick and thin, and I'm not saying different, like other cultures just let each other go whenever they feel like it. It's more, we go through thick and thin together forever. It's not like just a period of time or in some context, or yeah, we don't let go of each other that easily. I don't know if it's a good, bad thing, but a bit like a family. So when it does get hard and we do become a bit different, kind of just work through it. That's why it's quite hard to make friends, because then we keep our friends, so we don't have that much space for new people. Also, it's hard for a foreigner to make friends in France because French people do not like speaking English. So if you don't speak French, I mean, some people love speaking English and because we learn English in school, some French people just love exercising their English and speaking English. But a lot of people are quite self-conscious about their accent, and therefore they will not want to speak English. And especially in a big group of people, in the sense that if it's loads of French kids and just one foreigner who does not speak French and wants to speak in English, the chances of you getting that whole group to speak English are so minor. Like literally that never happens. I'm in a international kind of school, and so we have a lot of Erasmus kids. I mean, you don't have to be in an international school, actually. Every uni in France has like Erasmus kids come in. And whenever it's like a lot of French kids and like an Erasmus kid, that Erasmus kid better speak French or understand it. Because if we speak directly to them, of course we're going to speak in English. But then as soon as I'll speak to my French friend, it'll probably go back straight to French. So it's like every conversation the person is in possibly could be in English, but then we're not going to be speaking in English between us for them to understand or for them to be able to talk, and that's why it's also hard for international. Like you never really make friends in Paris by just going out and just chatting to some French person. unless it's like you're flirting together and but like I'm talking about actually making friends. Like you can't just go up to somebody, hey, how you doing? Or I mean, you can, but that's not what happens in France. To be fair, people will probably look at you like, okay, go find yourself some friends, which is very silly, but if you're brave enough to still do it, you can do it, because I have a Hawaiian friend and he does that all the time and he makes so many friends. He does speak French, but I don't think here it's a language barrier. It's just like, are you brave enough to actually just go up to somebody and be like, hey, how you doing? I can do that in a hostel, in a club in Paris. If you're drunk, I mean, go for it. So the best way I'd say is to do a sport or an activity or anything that puts you in a group of Parisian kids frequently, so that you actually become friends. Because as I said, it's not that quick, and you can just, if you wanna, like, I don't know, play the guitar, well then at the end of the lesson, I mean, I'm not gonna tell you how to socialize, but you can just like obviously talk to them, and since you're gonna be seeing them quite a lot, it'll be easier for you to be comfortable, for them to be comfortable, to trust you, to see kind of if you're the kind of friend they'd like. Because as I said, it's not, I mean, sure, there are some Parisian kids who would be like, yeah, let's just go for a drink, whether you're like interested or not, let's just, have fun. But a lot of people, I think this is also my personal opinion and my observation, I think people in Paris are quite like, I want to really make sure you're the kind of friend I want before actually like investing time in you. To actually like offer to do something other than play the guitar together, if you play the guitar together. What we do in France is like go for a drink, so you're probably thinking, duh, everybody. But I'm talking 6 p.m. beer. That's what Parisians do, kind of. It's like after work beer. You have a better chance of getting them to do that, because it can be like, what, 1 hour and a half, just a little class. It's not like inviting them for dinner or inviting them to a party, to a museum, which is time consuming. You need more coordination, organisation. If you just say, oh, do you want to go after class to have a drink or coffee or whatever, I'd advise doing that. You're probably thinking but just putting it out there. If you're wondering what is just obvious, casual, chill thing to do to make a friend. Best way to make friends at work or in school. I went to school in Paris, that's how I made friends, and I made one very, very good friend who introduced me to her friends. She's Parisian. So then, just that's how it goes, also meeting your friends' friends. But then again, I just had lots of friends in my class, so that just made it way more easy. I don't know how I would have made friends otherwise. Sorry, I'm nervous because like I have my roommates and they can't see me film. They probably know I film, but still I'm always like, it's a bit awkward, I can't lie. They walk in, I'm like, how to make friends in Paris? Yeah, one good thing is if you do make a Parisian friend, or if you're invited by somebody Parisian to a party, you must go. If you don't drink, don't smoke, whatever, just go, socialise. Because when a Parisian, I thought that was my shadow, but it was bird. When a Parisian is drunk, that's when you, that sounds like such a ruthless thing to say. No, I meant like, that's when they're open to new people more. Parisians are not the devil, I know. I keep making them sound like grumpy, close-up people. They are a bit, but not 100%. So anyways, if you when you're drunk, just talk to them, and that's when they'll want to talk English or bear with your terrible French or whatever, because who cares, as long as you can communicate. So when we're Latin culture, we, the French, are, from Latin culture, meaning that we are family, friends, dinners, na. We just do it in a closed circle. when we're drunk, it's like everybody, you know. So I do advise you go to parties and Parisians love to party. When I arrived in Paris, I was like, oh my god, is that the only way to socialise, is to go to parties and get drunk? And yeah, it is. If I offer, well, before, because now my friends are like my real friends, so like they'll come with me hiking or whatever if I want to. But at first, when I was like, hey, let's go to a museum, I mean, people would rather go to parties. My friends from my school, anyways, did prefer. Of course, if you're going to art school or something, they'll probably want to go drawing in the middle of the afternoon in the Louvre. Maybe. Very cliche, I don't know. But my friends didn't, so it was like, okay, I'm going to do that alone, which is also good, but whatever. Why don't you just use Bumble or Tinder? I'm sure on Bumble you can, they're like dating apps, and they're the ones we use in Paris. To be fair, Tinder, so 2019, because no, like, unless you really just want to date, I mean, whatever. But if you want a real relationship or to make friends, Bumble, because it's less of a just like quick fix kind of thing, if you know what I'm saying. So Bumble, I'm sure you can make friends very easily, and Parisian and foreign friends, so that's great. And then to make foreign friends, go on Facebook groups. That is the best thing. Facebook groups called like or foreigner in Paris, or like whatever. All those friends in Paris, Australians in Paris, whatever. And just like, there are always things like, you want to go for a drink tonight in the Marie, and just go and just meet people. And they probably have French friends that you'll then meet. Honestly, the best way to make friends is actually to put yourself out there and try, and social media is great for that. So Facebook, Instagram, so I don't know what you work in, but find somebody who maybe has similar interests, meaning if you like photography, text a few models, a few photographers, or if you like, I think that is quite a few pieces of advice. So as I said, go to parties, go to an activity at school or at work. But as I said, I mean, you're not gonna, I didn't say that, but as I'm going to say, don't obviously go to school or find a job to make friends. That's why it's hard to say. It's just like, if you do go to school or go to work with French people, take that opportunity to befriend them. Obviously, if you have interest in them, because if not, or you better be alone. But they'll probably introduce you to other people and get the ball rolling. And it'll be way easier, like, to be fair, at work or whatever, you'll probably have like after work drinks and whatever. But yeah, I hope this is helpful. Ask me on Instagram if you have other questions. I get so many questions on Paris, how to find a flat, how much rent is, what the budget in Paris is, what it's like being a student in Paris. So just DM me all your questions or comment this video with the questions, and I'll try to answer everything. Right now I'm actually in London. I moved here for 6 months, if not more. I have to send my school an answer to say if I'm staying another year or not, and I'm like, tonight I have to make a life decision, and I'm not going to. I know myself, I'm stressed. If you can't tell by the way I'm acting in this video, by the way, I'm just like, yeah, to make friends in Paris. But like, moving abroad is stressful, I can't lie. Ups and downs, a lot of ups, few downs, touch wood, at the moment. But like today I woke up and I was like, I have to do this. Okay, this is not the subject. But I'm in London for 6 months. So if you want a video about that, how I got here, how it's going, how I found a flat, also just like, whatever, I can be your travel guide. By the way, I love the fact you guys like consider me like travel expert, kind of like, who do I think I am? Of course not a travel expert, but I get a lot of questions and I'm like, oh my god, I consider myself so hectic in the way I travel and I don't know, I still get there and I still like put myself out there and actually travel. So I guess that's what interests you, and the fact that I don't actually really have a job or money and I managed to do it. You're probably thinking, how did she do it?